Hello. Yep, it's me. Remember me? Handsome, young, attractive, short-haired, rector of Kelso and friend of a few. Yes, it's Bobcast. It's Bobcast 101, 101. I've got it in my own room 101. And this is the new weekly one. Nice, and it won't last any more than the old ones. So nice to have you. And well, I was at a seminar in the office today and at work, and someone said, "What steps would you take in the event of a fire, Bob?" And I said, "I can tell you now, really big ones, absolutely huge." Yes, yeah, and we were also talking about organ donors. Gosh, it takes guts to be an organ donor. It really does take a huge amount of guts. Actually, it doesn't. If you haven't got a card, maybe you should have. And leave your organ. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the old toccata and a fugue, the Bach organ. I'm talking about your organs. Could be there for somebody. Right, so how's it going? We're in sort of different times now, aren't we? And things are beginning to open up. Yep, and there's shops open and restaurants are beginning to open. Soon churches will be open. We're not there yet. We're still waiting for, well, in the Scottish Episcopal Church in England, sure you're open already, but Scottish Episcopal Church, we're still waiting for final directions from the bishops, and they're waiting for those final directions from the Scottish Government. So, but soon I hope we will open for services, and it'll be different. No singing, no hugging, no dancing, which is always a bit of a shame. I like a bit of a dance. But we will be able to have services again, so that is really good. We'll be able to learn things and learn from each other. Most importantly, we'll be able to get back and chat to each other, which is good. And you can have a few people in your household. You can't stay overnight in houses yet, and I don't see that happening for ages. Lots of things going on. People beginning to travel a bit more. But there's also people not always following the old social distancing rules. I tell you, I threw some butter out of the window earlier on today, and someone said, "God, look at that butterfly." Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, "Oh, Lurpak, will your anchor hold?" And other such creamery type of jokes. Do you like butter? Do you like butter? We have butter with salt crystals in it, and it really is quite delicious. And we get it from, M&S, can't remember, St. Michael, is it? No, can't remember who it is. Anyhow, great stuff. Know any songs about butter? Butter lips were like cherries, or "Do not forsake me, oh my darling." That's not actually about butter, but it's a song with food in the title. Right. So one of the things we do when we go back to places and talk with each other is that we learn things. And somebody sent me just before I sort of stopped doing the nightly Bobcast, which I hope you're all comfortable with. I'm going to see whether this weekly one works. We'll look at the hits, see if we get a decent number of hits. If we do, we'll continue. If we don't, we'll stop, which is fine. But someone just before we went on to the weekly Bobcast sent me this list of just really interesting facts that I have been fascinated by. And I think I told you that the plastic or metallic coating at the end of your shoelaces is called an anglet. But there's other things that come to my mind. I'm just putting it in front of me. Do you know that the cry of a newborn baby is called a vagitus? A vagitus or vagitus. I think that's really rather nice. Prongs on forks are called tines. I had to get some new ones recently because I was told by Bob Dylan that the tines, they need a changing. For the tines, they are a changing. The sheen or light you can see when you close your eyes and press your hands on them. It's called phosphenes. You close your eyes, put your hands like that, and you see a light. It's amazing. Just do it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Did you see the phosphenes? Yeah, I'm sure you probably did. And the tiny plastic table. You know when you buy a takeaway pizza? Sorry. The thing about this hair. Oh, by the way, this is the last Bobcast of the long hair. But lots of people are saying to me, "Oh, I do like your curls." Quite amazing people in the street, people I've never met. Somebody said to me recently, "Oh, I do like your curls, Mr. King." That's very nice. And but this is the last Bobcast before the hair gets at least tidied up. 9 o'clock Thursday morning is the appointment time. And Haircut 100 will be coming to the top of the charts. And I'll be getting the old hair trimmed, which should make quite a lot of sense. I don't know whether you, like me, have taken away a pizza recently. We have a very good pizza place in Kelso. Actually, there's 3 or 4 good pizza places. There's one that we particularly like. And when you buy the pizza, it comes in a box. And in the middle of the box is a little plastic thing to sort of hold the box above, you know. It has that sort of domino effect, but not in Kelso, I can tell you. I can tell you now. And do you know that that's called a box tent? It's quite obvious when you think about it, but it is a box tent. And the day after tomorrow is called Overmorrow. That's all right. Quite interesting. So what have you learnt during lockdown? And what have you coped with? Have you managed to do anything new? Taken up knitting? Tatting? I don't know how you tat. Have you painted a few bedrooms? Dug your garden? Laid a patio? Whatever it happens to be. I'm not sure if I've taken up anything new. I sort of wondered about it, but I haven't really. Been sort of busy getting on doing stuff. And one of the things I've had sent to me as well is some old-fashioned put-downs. Sort of things that people say, like, Billy Connolly would say, don't bother me when I'm working, I don't bother you when you're sleeping in your bed. Or remember, I'm the one up here with the microphone. That's something I quite often say. Or they spoilt a good bottom when they put teeth in your mouth. That's a very rude one, but does make me laugh. But Groucho Marx once said this. He said, "I've had a perfectly wonderful evening, but I'm afraid this wasn't it." Good old Groucho Marx. I'm not sure I've got my teeth there, a bit of spinach, something like that. He has Van Gogh's ear for music, Billy Wilder said, of someone. I'm not sure who these sort of people are, but Oscar Wilde. I mean, I'm not sure who they're about, so I know who Billy Wilde is, and Billy Wilder and Groucho Marx, and I certainly know who Oscar Wilde was. Now, Oscar Wilde said, "Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go." I rather like that. My mother-in-law used to say a thing. She used to say, "Can I get you anything? Tea, coffee, hats and coats? Anything like that?" Do you know how lumberjacks keep a note of how many trees they chop down? They keep a log. Yeah, that's what I thought. Mae West said of somebody, his mother should have thrown him out and kept the stork. Well, is that a canoe in her pocket? That's what I wanted to know. And Mark Twain. See, he's an interesting character because, I always thought I read Tom Sawyer as a child. I read Huckleberry Finn. I'm not sure if they're politically correct these days. They're probably not. I read Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. I thought he was quite a nice guy. But he's a man with a real wit, Mark Twain. He said, "Why do you sit there looking like an envelope without an address on it?" I do like that. Somebody once asked me a question and said, "Have you got any information about that, Bob?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I think that's in my will to live file, and I can't find that anywhere." Yeah, it's not easy, is it? Sometimes you think, oh, for goodness sake, what on earth is going on? So, we've come through a big chunk of Corona-19, but the virus hasn't gone, has it? And we keep hearing little reports day by day of how it is. So it's interesting thinking about normality and what is going to be normal. What can we make normal? What do we create as a new normality? I'm going to create speaking properly. That's one of the things I'm going to do. But what do we create as the new normality? because that's a real exciting opportunity, isn't it? It's a blank sheet of paper, a blank canvas. We can do almost what we like. By the way, what do you call a snail on a boat? Yeah, you've guessed it, it's a snailer. Oh, what should we do with a drunken snailer? Cover him in garlic and eat him for supper. Do you like snails? I'm not sure that I really do. I have had them. And it's an interesting thing because I could eat the snails as long as they've got lots of garlic and garlic butter on them. I'm not sure if I could eat the snails without the garlic butter. And that's quite a saucy comment. But it's interesting, isn't it? You know, I often talk about cooking, and as you know, I like cooking. But so many things these days have got so many different sauces and things across them. Or chili, lots and lots of different chili things, and you know, put chili in everything. Chili on strawberries. Well, that's interesting. Although I have to say, today I was out at lunchtime, had some fabulous Scottish raspberries, and there's nothing better, you know, just these tiny little raspberries that have a sweetness with it. I was out today because I've had to replace the engine in my car, which is a bit annoying. So I've replaced it with the motor from my washing machine. So as soon as this is finished, I'm going to take it out for a spin. See how we get on. Poems. I like this. I found this, and it's just such a lovely poem. It's by someone I don't know, Alfred Joyce Kilmer, born in 1886, died in 1918, just at the end of the First World War. And it's called Trees, and I really like it. It says, I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast. A tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray. A tree that may in summers wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Lovely, really, really nice. Just adore that. And that's sort of a nice thing, I think, to sort of leave you with, because Bobcast may be slightly more saying no them. Lots of people have been asking me if I could do the chocolate poem again. Mr. Cadbury met Mrs. Rowntree. And I think we can probably do that again, but not tonight. If we come back for another week, then we'll do it. Then we'll do it then. So I hope that the next week sees you okay. And I think my advice is let's not rush into trying to do everything all together. Let's just take time and keep distancing. You know, this whole social distancing is not easy, but it can be done. And I hope that churches and all places, I mean, I talk about churches, but all places of worship, where whatever they look like and whoever they're for, I hope that they can open soon so that everybody can have the opportunity to worship and to practice their spirituality, however they may be. So, you know, although we're socially distant, we are spiritually close. And can I also say thank you to everybody who's been watching Sunday services that we're putting out on the St Andrew's Kelso website. We had 297 hits a couple of weeks ago, which is pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, I know it's not up with all the superstars, but for us it's good. And we do enjoy doing them. And when we start our services in church, we will continue to record and publish on YouTube, on Facebook, our services as well, so that everybody is included, because that's so important. Whether you can get to church or wherever it is, or whether you can't, we will always be including you. So that's where we are. Anyhow, dear friends, take care. God bless you. And there'll be a short-haired version of this next week, or shorter and trim, I think will be the word, trimmed and thinned and things. I'm going to try to get some of the grey taken out because it's quite white actually, white as snow, white, pure as the driven sludge. So take care, my darlings. And watch thou, dear Lord, with those who wake or watch or weep tonight, and give your angels charge over those who sleep. Tend your sick ones, Lord Christ. Rest your weary ones. Bless your dying ones. Soothe your suffering ones. Pity your afflicted ones. And all for your love's sake will you shield your joyous ones. May God bless you this day, this week, this moment, and forevermore. So just take care and be good. I lost my mood ring today. Not sure how I feel about it. Bye.